Yo, 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 what's the dealio, y'all? What's the dealio, man? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? What up, what up? How y'all feeling? We got live, man. If you just tuning in, man, say what's up, say what's up. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. All right? What's up, Mark? Mark C, what up? Jamil, I best be keep doing what you're doing. One of these days we're gonna link up. Yeah, link up. Link up with Best B, man. How y'all feeling, y'all? If you just tuning in, man, say what's up. Say what's up in the comments. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. Like this video too, y'all. All right, like this video. What up, Doria? What's up, Charlie? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? So we got a lot to talk about. We got some good stuff to talk about as well. So I want to make sure I ain't all shiny. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I want to make sure I ain't all shiny and stuff. But yeah, if y'all just tuning in, say what's up. Like this video. I want to talk about the fourth quarter. Also want to talk about September. And I want to talk about October as well. All right. What up, Misha? How you doing, Misha? You good? What's up, Nico? How you doing? P. Bryant. What's up, P. Bryant? How you feeling? So yeah, what up, Jamil? Yeah. So listen, y'all. It's been a crazy week so far. We got one more day to go in the market. What I want to say real quick, man, is I hope that the stock market has changed your life or is changing your life. All right. I hope that it has changed your life or it is changing your life. All right. If the stock market hasn't changed your life yet, I want you to put in the comments, my life is changing. Okay. I want you to put, my life is changing. All right. Because your life is changing. You don't even know it yet. You don't even realize that your life is changing yet. Even if you ain't made, $8 million, right? The skill set that you are learning, I'm telling you right now, it's only a matter of time until your life is changed, okay? It's only a matter of time until your life is changed. So if you took an L today, you took an L this week, I want you to understand that you are going to get that loss back times 10, all right? You're going to get your losses back tenfold. The way you get your losses back is you figure out the lesson that you were supposed to learn from that loss. And when you figure out the lesson that you were supposed to learn from that loss, you're going to get better and then you do better. All right? So yeah, y'all. All right. So if you just tuning in, like this video. All right, like this video. Let's get this live video right here to 100 likes. All right, 100 piece. All right. So yeah, so look, what I want to do is let's talk about September and then let's talk about going into fourth quarter. All right, October. Genesis. What's up, Genesis? How you doing? How you doing? All right, so let's, what I want to do is I want to look at the charts and I want to look at September, right? Now, what I will say as well is, just so you guys know, I focus on the strat, right? The strat method. If you don't know that, then I'm just going to say it, right? So when I'm looking at the charts, I'm either going to say a 3-bar, a 1-bar, or a 2-bar, okay? You might hear me say a 2 up, a 2 down, right? You might hear me say consolidation, 1 bar, right? So just know and understand that when I say these things, that's the lingo, right? I focus on the strat. That's the lingo that I'm referring to with these charts. I'm focusing on the strat. All right, the strat method. All right. Tia, what's up, Tia? Mason said, saying my life is changing as well, starting to be able to take payouts and use that for things in life. It feels amazing. Hey, man, shout out to everybody that's making money in the stock market. Shout out to everybody that's able to take payouts right? From your trading in the stock market. I don't care if it's $100, right? I don't care if it's $300. I don't care if you take out $50. I don't care if you pull out $150 to go get a massage. I don't care. You know why? Because that's winning. And it's only a matter of time until you touching some real big bread. All right? So I just want to say that, man. If y'all just tuning in, say what's up in the comments. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. And be sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video. All right? In this video, we're going to be talking about the market, September, October, and the fourth quarter as well. All right? So Genesis said, nice logo. I appreciate you, man. We got some hoodies on the way. We got a lot of good stuff coming up, right? So about to fix my teeth. There you go. That's what's up. That's life changing for real. All right. But so yeah, so we got the market, man. September, they say September is usually bearish, right? Now, let's go to the charts and let's go see how bearish things have been, right? So let's go to the indexes first, right? Let's go to the indexes. Let's go to the month, all right? I'm going to look at this in the terms of monthly, and then we're going to go to like the weekly time frame, and then we might go to the daily as well, all right? ATL, hey, shout out to Atlanta, man. Atlanta always going to have a special place in my heart. I used to live out there. But here we go. All right. So look, this is the monthly time frame right here. So they say that on average in September, the market is about negative 1.3% in regards to gains, right? Now, as we could see, the market closed at 645, right? The market closed at 645 last month, right? We've been bullish. Look at this trend right here, this crazy trend. Ever since May, June, July, August, September, right? Crazy, crazy run, right? This is the run that we've been on. Now they say September is usually like a pullback month, right? So let me show you what they did. Let me show you what they did. So when we zoom in on the monthly candle here, right? This is August. This is August high, right? Boom, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put August high. August closed. Okay? This is August close, and it was at 645, right? The high of August was right here at 649. 649. All right? This was the high, what's going on, of August, right here, 649, right? So that's the high of August. High of August. All right. Now, like I said, they say that August is usually, September is usually about negative 1.3% red in regards to gains, right? Now, right now we're sitting at 650, 658, okay? So if we do the math real quick, from 645 to 658, that's $13, right? Let me do some math real quick. 13 divided by 658. 658 divided by 13 times So that is, so we're actually up, not from the last month's highs, but from the last month's close, right? We are up about about 0.8%. No, a little bit higher. Like 1.7%, okay? So they're saying that we're usually negative about 1.3% in the month of September. We're usually red, right? So if that's the case, that would mean that the SPY would have to come from 645, it would have to come all the way down to about 625, right? Maybe a little bit higher. Well, from the open, it would have to be, so the open 626. So it would have to come around to about like 619, right? In order for the historical data to be on par, right? Me personally, I don't see that happening over the next, what we got, 3 more trading days in a month? We got tomorrow, we got 3 more trading days in a month, right? Unless something diabolical happens, I don't see that happening, right? Now, we potentially could come down to 644, and we could be flat on the month, right? From last month to this month. We could be flat. But let me show you the games that they play, right? Let me show you the games that they play. So what they did was we opened here and then we dropped. So we opened from closed at 644 and we opened the next month at 637. So they gapped the stock down $8, $7 from August 31st to September 2nd, right? Because September 2nd was the first trading day. And then they pushed it up, right? We got up to 667 and now we're sitting at 658, right? So this is what's happening with the SPY, right? We could come a little bit lower, but when we go to the daily time frame, let me show you the daily time frame, right? This is the daily time frame right here, right? This is the daily time frame. So when we look at the daily, this candle right here failed to go lower, right? So let's go inside of the session and let's go look inside of the session, right? If you're just tuning in, I want you to do me a favor and like this video, all right? Like this video so that this YouTube channel could grow and I could keep giving y'all these stock market gems, all right? Like this video. Don't be watching this video and not like it, all right? So this is what happened today, right? This was Thursday, September 25th. Stocks gapped down, right? They gapped down. They came all the way down here, and look what happened. Came all the way down here from open, right? Open right there. Came down, bounced, and then pushed right back up, right? And where did it bounce from? Look at this level right here. Look at this level right here, okay? And then we go right here, all right? Now, the last time the SPY came down to this level and bounced, look what it did. All-time highs, right? So it came down here and it bounced and it went right here, right? Now today it came right back down to this level, 654.34, and it bounced right here, right? And if we go to the 30-minute, let's see what it looked like. It came down there twice. It tested the support level twice, right? This is pre-market. Came down, came up, came down again, and then it pushed up, right? So, and that looks like a little double bottom. That's not complete yet. I saw about 5 double bottoms today on the charts. Just so you know, when you seeing 5, 6, 7 double bottoms on multiple stocks on the same time frames, I think you know what time it is. It's time to start reading the technicals and see what's going on, right? So this is what is going on with the SPY. So for tomorrow, if we can get above 659, then we're going to come back up. We're going to go to at least 661, right? And then what this could do is, look, came down here, bounced, came up, came down, bounced the same exact way. What this could do is it could make us reclaim new all-time highs, right? We could potentially reclaim new all-time highs. This is a very strong candle, right? When we're talking about bullish sentiment of a lot of buying volume, very similar to this candle right here, right? So this could be something that really pushes the stock to the upside. All right. So let me know if that makes sense, y'all. All right. Let me know if that makes sense. What up, trees? How y'all doing? Hey, if you just tuning in, man, say what's up in the comments. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. What city do you live in? All right. 7 figures, relentless with the content. Nah, absolutely. Absolutely. Right? Every day, I'm bringing y'all some life-changing information. All right. Mark C, this blew my wig already. Hey, we just getting started. All right, stay with me. I like to go in like increments, right? I like to make sure that I'm giving you things to chew on, and then I want to let it marinate for a second, right? I don't want to just fire hose you with this, and leave. I want to take my time with it, and I want to be able to give you some rich content and information. Not just content. I want to give you some rich information that allows you to be enlightened, right? I don't want to just give you information and that's it. I want to give you life-changing information that sticks with you, right? I want this stuff to stick with you. So that's why I take my time with the stuff. Sometimes it be seeming like I be talking slow. No, I'm making sure that it sticks, right? Because at the end of the day, I am teaching you and I'm giving you information, right? I'm not just talking at you. So, you know, I like to take my time with these lives and with my videos and how I deliver these messages, all right? So what up, DT, Florida? Shout out to Florida, man. All right, so let's go to the next index. The QQQ is going to look very similar to the SPY, right? So we ain't got to go over the QQQ. All right, the SPY is the top 500 stocks in the market, right? That's why they reshuffle, because some stocks fall out of the S&P and then they add new stocks, right? Robinhood just got added to them, and also who else? App Lovin got added to them as well, okay? So now let's go to the other index, right? Let's go to IWM, right? Check us out. IWM. Let's go to the monthly. Now, before we talk about IWM, I will say, if you've been watching my lives, you know I already said that IWM was going to go touch all-time highs, new all-time highs, right? If you've been rocking with me, you know I called this 2 weeks ago, right? 2 weeks ago, I said IWM was about to go hit all-time highs. I told you, right? So this is the monthly chart, right? Let's check it out. Last month, August, we had a crazy 3-bar. This 3-bar right here wasn't no joke. All right, was not a joke. Now look what happened. Right, next month, obviously had a pullback and then it pushed up higher. All right, and I know I got a lot of lines on my chart, y'all. Don't even worry about that. All right, don't worry about that. So now, same thing happened, right? Ended here, gap down, pushed up. Now look what's going on with IWM right here. Right? We got a liquidity grab right here. And now we pushing down. Okay, let's see how many days they've been in the red. We got a failed 2 up, so that's a red day. It tried to push up, red day, red day. So out of the last, and this was a green day, but it was a red day. Like it gapped down, but IWM kind of recovered, right? So you see, same thing, right? Gap down, came down, pushed back up, right? They closed inside of the 9 and the 21 EMA. So the buyers and the sellers are at a battle right now, right? So IWM, if IWM starts pushing down, right? Listen to what I'm telling you. If IWM starts pushing down, look what happened every time IWM came to this level, right? When IWM came up here, look what happened. Whoosh, right? Came all the way down here, right? And then it came up here, and then look what happened. Came all the way down here, right? So this is going to be a test right here, okay? Now, it rejected off new all-time highs, so it made new all-time highs, which is good. But is it going to come down here, or is it going to create a new, like a higher low, maybe right here, and then it's going to bounce? Right? That's what's going on with IWM right now. Okay? With IWM, we came up here, rejected, came down, came back up, and look how this is on a monthly chart. So think about how long it took, right? We talking came up here back in 2021, came down here, and it was down here for about a year and a half, almost 2 years, started to come up. Consolidated, came up, came down, right? Pushed up. Finally came up in 2024, November last year. And then it rejected, and then it came right back down, right? For about 6 months, 6-month downtrend. Bounced here in April, right? Been in an uptrend ever since. And it just touched here, and now we reject it, and look where it's coming down. So we're either going to create higher lows, or we're going to come all the way down here to like 200, 190, right? IWM loves that $200 level. That's something that I've been noticing. They love that $200 level. So we're going to see what happens with IWM. But these are the scenarios right here. So if you see IWM coming down, like on the daily time frame, it could be in a downtrend. It could come down to about 230, right? If it loses 230, it could come down as low as 210, right? And then bounce. But that would still be a higher low than right here, right? That would still be a higher low than right here. And once we find a low, we could bounce and then really start to go, and then potentially create newer all-time highs and go in another uptrend, right? We could go from 220 to 248 to 250, right? But these are all-time highs right here, okay? So for tomorrow, IWM is on a failed 2 down. So I'm going to be looking at IWM calls, right? Because if we get above 240, right, If we get above 240, we got a gap to fill all the way up to 241.63. All right. We play IWM today in the Prosperity Collective in the Discord, and we smacked them for like 20%, right? If you look at the 15-minute right here, right, we got in. Where you get in? I got in right around here, took entry, and I got out like right around here. All right. And as you can see, it kind of came up, came down, came up, right? It was kind of, it wasn't like the best day to trade IWM. It was a nice move right here, but that's it, right? So that's what we got with IWM. All right, that's what we got with IWM. Let me know if that makes sense for IWM, y'all. All right. What's up, do something? How you doing? How you doing? What's up, Sunshine Chick? Them zones are powerful. Absolutely. It will be a new demand zone. Exactly, right? Exactly. If y'all just tuning in, man, say what's up and drop a like on this video. All right. We talking about September. All right. And we gearing up for October in the fourth quarter. Okay. So that's the IWM right there. I wanted to talk about the market, right? Like the total market, what's going on with the market. And when we talking about the market, we're looking at the indexes, right? We looking at data, we looking at historical data and stuff like that. So I'll be following data, right? I'll be following data. So, you know, like jobs reports and stuff like that. You know, how are stocks performing in this month, right? Blah, blah, blah. So this month so far has not been super bearish, right? Because watch this, right? Watch this. If we go to the SPY and let's go look at last September, right? Let's go look at last September real quick, just so y'all could see what I'm saying and y'all could feel me. This is August. Okay. So 2024, right? Check this out, right? What up, Andre? I hope all is well with you, man. What's up, Gerald? So look at this. Let's look at SPY last September, right? August of 2024 is right here. Fell 2 down. And then look what happened. The next month, so August it closed at 563 and it ended up closing at 573, right? So it went up $10. I don't know what that percentage is, but it's like it went up like it was like 1.2%, something like that. So but look, this right here was the pullback, right? For SPY. This right here was the pullback, and at the time, this was all-time highs. You see what I'm saying? So this was the pullback, and so was this one. August had a bigger pullback than last September, right? So now we look at this year again. Look, we haven't even gotten a pullback. We don't have a real wick. All we had was a gap down from the end of August to the beginning of September, right? And then it pushed up. And now it's coming down a little bit. So these are things to pay attention to and understand, right? When you're looking at the charts, you got to be able to analyze this stuff so that you could be like, okay, I see what's going on. I see the games they playing, right? I see what's going on. I see the gap downs. I see the gap ups, right? Today, if you are inside of the Discord, what did I say in pre-market, right? When everything gapped down before market open, if you remember, what did I say, right? I'm gonna give that a second. DT said, do you mainly use the 15 minutes for entries? I use the 15 minute, and sometimes I use the 5 minute, and sometimes I use the 3 minute time frame for entries, right? It depends. But to manage my trades, I'm going at the 15, I'm going at the 30, and I'm going at the hourly, right? I always say the bigger time frames give you direction, the smaller time frames give you precision. All right? So nobody answered it. So this morning I said, hey, y'all, we gapped down crazy. We've been coming down for 3 days. I wouldn't be too quick to enter into puts, right? I wouldn't be too quick to enter into puts, right? Now watch this. Let me show you guys what happened. Let me show you what a bear trap looks like, right? Let me show you what a bear trap looks like. Do some said, you said they could all gap up, fill the gap, and fall again. Yep. Said it could go down. Yep. So watch this, y'all. All right. Let's go to, let's just start with Lululemon, okay? On the 15-minute. All right. All right. So look. The market opened up, came down right here. Everybody thought the stock was going to go lower. Yank, right? Caught them right here, took their money, and then it blasted off, right? What did Apple do? 3 bar came down, looked like it was coming down more, consolidated, burnt their premiums, took their money, right? It never went lower. What else? Who else do I trade? AMD, right? Opened up, came down, took their money. Everybody got in the puts right here. Whoop, right? Finessed them, took their money again. Amazon came down. People got in the puts, reversed, took their money. Then it came down later on. Right? AVGO came down, 3 bar, looked like it was going down. Whoop, reversed, took their money. Right? Alibaba, red candle, came down, looked like it was going down lower. Bloop, reversed, took their money. Are y'all starting to see a pattern here? This is a bear trap. Okay, this is a bear trap. Right? CoreWeave, what did it do? CoreWeave has some good news, so it actually ended up going up straight after market open. But look what happened later on in the day. Bloop. Right? What else we got? Dell. I'll be trading them sometimes. Red candle. People thought it was going down, got in the puts, bloop, went up, reversed, right? Look at Google, right? Came down, another 3 bar. People thought it was going to go lower. They got in the puts, whoop, reversed, took their money, right? This is a bear trap, right? This is a bear trap. Do y'all see what I'm saying now? If you see what I'm saying, let me know in the comments. This is stuff that can't always be taught. You got to experience it enough times to be able to develop the intuition of like, I know what's going on, right? When we looking at the market, if you see that we're in an uptrend, we're near all-time highs, and then the stocks have been going down for 2 to 3 days straight, and then the stock gaps down, stocks gap down by 2, 3, 4%. You can't expect it to just keep going down. So what they gonna do is, on that 3rd day, they gonna get people excited. They're gonna be like, you know what? Stock's about to go down lower. I'm about to get in the puts. It's been going down. I've been making a little money. They're going to make the stocks gap down, right? And then they're going to tease you and give you a 15-minute red candle, right? And then look what happens. You're going to think it's going to go lower, and then what's going to happen? Bloop, they're going to reverse it on you and take all your money that you just made the last 2-3 days. right? I'm telling y'all, these are the games that the Wall Street plays, right? Now, what do I always say in every video, at the end of every video? What do I say? The more you study, the less you worry, right? I say that every single video. I say that because I knew that this was going to happen because I be studying. That's why we took IWM calls. We let it come down first. Boom. I didn't even take a trade for the first like 30 minutes, right? I was in an Uber call. It looked like it was coming down. I knew it wasn't going to stay down there forever. I could have lost like $400-500. I just stayed in the trade because I knew it was going because it's been coming down for 3 days. Right? Real talk. So Skip said dump and pump. Yeah, exactly. Mark said Tesla got me earlier with that. Yeah. So listen, y'all. Let me ask you a question, Mark. What time did you enter into your Tesla trade? Watch this. When you answer this, I'm gonna break something down for you. And let's go to Tesla charts and let's go look at it. Right? If y'all just tuning in, man, like this video. If you have not already, like this video. All right, let's get this video to 100 likes. This is life-changing information right here. Like legit. I wish I found a YouTube channel like mine when I was learning how to trade. Right? Everybody gonna just hold it back from you. Gonna gatekeep everything, right? Come on now. This stuff life-changing right here. All right, like this video. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you ain't subscribed to the channel, but you be watching this stuff every day, why you don't just subscribe? You know what I'm saying? So check it out. We're going to pull up Tesla charts. Let me break this down for you, Mark. Right? Best B said, yeah, I got trapped on shot. Yeah, see? It happens to all of us sometimes, right? But this is why patience is so important. Right? This is why patience is so important. Okay? So, now, let's pull up Tesla. Okay? All right. Before we look at the 30-minute time frame, let's go look at the daily real quick. Right? Let's go look at the daily. All right? Green. Okay, so there was a red, green, red. All right? So this was today. All right, perfect. So they actually gapped up and then they came down, right? So now let's go to the 30-minute. Boom, boom. All right. Came down a little lower. So they made a little mini bear flag right here, right? Closed up here, opened right here. So they actually gapped down 442. They gapped down about $10, $8 actually, right? Because they closed at 443 and they opened at 435. So they gapped down $8 and they came down, right? That's the 30-minute. This is the 15-minute right here, all right? So, what up, Johnny? How you feeling? He said around 940. Okay, perfect. All right, so you got in at 940, right? So watch this. One of my things is I don't take a trade in that first 15 minutes of the market because I want you to imagine 100,000 people, right, lined up, about to go shopping, right? I want you to imagine this. The store that these 100,000 people are about to go shopping in, they're all lined up at the door, right? There's all kind of products in the store. Everybody want what they want, right? There is an infinite amount of products, right? But the store doesn't open until 7 a.m. Once the store opens, Everybody is running, right, to go get the thing that they want. But there is not a limit to those products. Think about the chaos. Think about the chaos of 100,000 people going into a store right when it opens up to go hurry up and get what they want. Right? That's what market open is. That is what market open is. It's chaotic. Stocks are going up and down, up and down, up and down. You don't really have a clear direction yet. This is when you get reversed on. Do you know how many times I've been inside of a trade within the first 15 minutes? And then I think it's going up and then it reverses on me and I'm down $200 within 2 minutes. And then I get shooken out, get out of the trade, and then it goes in my direction. Right? This has happened so many times when I was starting. That's why I just stopped trading in the first 15 minutes. Right? So now, when I'm looking at the charts and I'm waiting at least 15 minutes, sometimes I wait 30. You know why? Because if I know that there's an infinite amount of products in the store that I'm walking in, and we just had 100,000 people go into the store, I'm going to just let everybody go get beat up. I'm going to let everybody go argue. I ain't dealing with none of that chaos. I'm going to chill. I'm going to wait for a minute. And then when everybody's gone, everybody then, trampled over everybody, I'm going to go through the store and I'm going to just go pick out what I want. And I'm going to have the ability to be able to look through, go down the aisles and go figure out what I want in peace. Right? That's how I look at market open. I'm not trying to hurry up and fight all these other people, because what is trading? It's a battle between buyers and sellers. So if you go and get into a trade in the first 5-10 minutes of the market and it's not blaringly clear, you don't need to enter into the trade. Right? If you would have waited a few more minutes, it would have been clear what's going on. Right? This is real life right here. This is real life stuff. That's how I look at market open. Right? That's how I look at it. That's why I don't like to take trades within that first 15 minutes and even sometimes 30 minutes, because I'm looking for the direction. I'm looking for the direction. That's it. I don't know what the direction of the stock is going to be for the day or for the next hour. In the first 7 minutes of the month, I don't know what the direction is for real. We could guess, we could speculate, but what really matters? What really matters is what the charts is telling us in real time. And we don't have enough data in 5, 6, 7 minutes to make that decision. Sometimes you do. But this is also why you want to not over leverage. You get what I'm saying? McGamer said, I got on Intel, hit my stop loss, and it shot up. See what I'm saying? What time did you take the entry on your trade, McGamer? Right? Let's see. Let's go look at Intel real quick. Oh, I see exactly what happened. Look. Let me guess, McGamer. Were you looking at the 5-minute time frame? Were you looking at the 5-minute time frame when you got in that trade this morning on Intel? Jamil said, my gamer is me. Damn. Hold up. I got you. If you were looking at the 5-minute time frame, let me show you exactly what happened. See? He said, yes, I was, right? How did I know this? Watch this. Okay, watch this. Right here on the 15-minute time frame, we got a failed 2 down. which means that the stock tried to come down and then it pushed up and it closed up here, right? Okay, let's go to the 5-minute time frame. Look, this is what happened. On the 5-minute time frame, stocks was right here, first 5 minutes, second 5 minutes, and then look what happened. Boom. So it looked like it's going down, and then look what happened. Yittee. Stock shot up, right? You got to understand that if it don't break below the first 15-minute candle, it's probably going to bounce and go to the upside, which is why you want to give it 15 minutes, because look what happened, right? Look what happened. 15-minute time frame, it came down, it tested support, and then it bounced up and it went up, right? This is why I stay away from small time frames. My small time frames, they help me with my entries, but my larger time frames help let me know where the stock is going in what direction. Right? This is why I be so adamant in the things that I be saying, because I'm like, yo, if you just understood the power of patience, right? Letting the dust settle, you're going to make so much more money. You're going to make so much more money, right? And you're going to lose so much less money, right? Because I swear to you, you could make 6 figures a year in the stock market off of options trading in one trade a day. One trade a day. Let me break this down for you, right? There's 252 trading days in a year, right? Let's just do some math real quick. 252 trades, right? If we divide that by 252 trades a day, okay? So we take 100,000 divided by 252, that's $396 a day. All right? $396 a day. So, how much do you need to leverage in order to make $396 a day? Let's call it $400 a day, right? If you put in 500 per trade, right? $500 per trade, and let's say you could make about 25% per trade, right? 25% of $500 is $125 in profit, right? That don't sound like a lot, right? Now do this every day for 1 month. Times that by 22 trading days in a month. That's $2,750, right? Now it's going to become easier to make $200 per trade because you're going to have more money to leverage. So if you started today and you put a 12-month clock on, all you got to focus on is making $100 a day for your first month. Get your strategy down, get everything situated. The next month, you'll have more money because you'll have grown. And then from there, you can say, okay, now I'm going to leverage a little bit more. Now your $100 a day is turning into $180 a day for the next month. Now you got more money. Now you can start making $500 a day. What about the days where you make $2,000 in a day? What about the days where the month where you make $2,000 a day for a week straight? What about the months where you have a $10,000 a week? Those months are going to come. But all you got to focus on is the consistency, right? If you focus on $100 a day for a month straight, then you're going to be able to make $500 a day. Then you're going to be able to make $800 a day. Then you're going to be able to make $1,000 a day. It's that simple, right? But you got to not be afraid, and you got to trust yourself and get off them 5-minute time frames. If you don't see the direction of the market, don't take trades off the 5-minute time frame, right? Yeah. And listen, 2 things, y'all. Book a one-on-one, right? or come join the Discord, right? Prosperity Collective. We going up on the price on October 1st. So be sure to join that, because after the October 1st, listen, it ain't never going to be as cheap as what it is right now, right? So I do want to say that. That's to everybody. Ali Taj, what's up, Memphis? Hey, shout out to Memphis, man. If y'all just tuning in, man, like this video, all right? Like this video. And let me know where you're tuning in from. DT said, most times I wait for a retest before I jump in. Exactly. Yeah. Leverage your break and retest. All right? 1% a day green is better than hit or miss. Exactly. Exactly. Right? That's how you want to lock in, and that's how you want to do it over time. Okay? So he said I do better on the high. Exactly. But I started this journey scalping. Watch this, right? Watch this. You can use the higher time frame to let you know the direction, and then you could get into it on a smaller time frame and just be patient and let the candle play out, right? But I also feel like there's this myth, right, that you got to scalp. You don't have to scalp. You can literally find one trade a day, go put $300 in that trade, be in a trade for an hour, maybe 2 hours, and go make 100% return on your money every day. You can literally do that every single day. You can literally double your money every single day. Right? Just think about that. Just think about that. Right? Just perspective. You don't have to scalp. What I've learned is, like, scalping is for people with a big account. Honestly. Scalping is for somebody that got, I would say at least 25K, right? In their account. And they like, okay, I'm about to go put 5K in this trade, and I'm going to go make 10% real quick, and I'm going to go get $500. Because it's easier to get 10% in a scalp than it is to get 100% in a day trade, right? But is it really easier? Because if you don't over leverage and you allow yourself to have patience in the trade, you can go make 100% on a day trade and you can leverage less, right? So it's just perspective, and it's just the way that you look at it, right? That's why I'm trying to learn. That's why I'm trying to kind of learn patience. Don't try to kind of. You have to learn it. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't try to kind of learn it. Because if you try and kind of, the market ain't going to be too kind to somebody that's trying to and kind of learn patience. If you don't learn patience, the market going to make it, it's going to be very sufferable. It's going to be intolerable, right? So lower time frames is away from me, kills a psychological party. Yeah. Best B said I was getting burned when I was scalping at work. Yeah. Like scalping, listen, if you got time, man, you can make a lot of money in the stock market. You just got to give things time. That's what I learned. Don't over leverage, give it time, because if you go put $1,000 in a scalp trade and you make 10%, that's $100, right? If you put $200 into a day trade and you give it time and you get 100%, that's $200. So you could make more money by leveraging less money if you got patience. See what I'm saying? If you got patience, right? So yeah, I work from home. It's hard. It's hard. That's why the biggest reason why I'm moving to higher time. Yeah. If you work from home, I would definitely be day trading because you already at home, right? You already at home. All you got to do is learn how to use your alerts, right? And be able to know where your levels are at. And if you're not using the strat, I feel like you're missing out, right? The strat makes everything easier. If I'm being honest, it makes everything easier, right? The strat changed my trading and it took it to a whole nother level. The only time I lose now is when I don't trade my setups. Like legit. If I trade it by the book with the strat, I'm winning. and it helped me make way more money per trade. Before I was trading in strat, I would be at between like 8 and maybe 15% in a day trade. And I was leveraging way more money per trade. When I learned the strat, I started getting 100% overnight. I started getting 50% per trade. On a low end now, I'm at 20% on a day trade, right? I mean, on like a scalp, right? 20% in 10 minutes, right? But when I'm finding actual day trades, man, we talking 150% in a day consistently, 150% overnight, right? The strat method is beyond powerful. That's my biggest recommendation to so many people. You know what I'm saying? So he said, yeah, the strat method is why I have wins. Yeah, hey, shout out to that. Shout out to that. All right. So yeah, y'all. That's like when I'm looking at the market, that's what I'm looking at, right? I'm looking at the monthly and I'm seeing what's going on a daily, right? And so if we think about it, going into the next quarter, right? Going into Q4, there's something called a Santa rally, right? So last year, stocks pulled back a little bit in August and September, and in October, November, and December, they went up. They went crazy, right? We also had last week was 2024. Yeah, we had Trump. We had the presidential election as well, right? That made stocks go absolutely bonkers, right? Insane. Made a lot of money, right? Back then. So October, November, and December, it's an opportunity. That's why we're having some pullbacks right now, right? So I'm looking to get into Lyft, man, when it drops down and fills this gap. If we could get Lyft to come down to like 21.30, that would be beautiful. That would be a beautiful entry, right? But I want you guys to really, really, really understand what this is really about, right? Trading stocks, man, it's a very deep journey. It's a very spiritual journey. But please, please, please know and understand that this right here, it's not a game. We talking real money, big money could change your life, right? It ain't about being flashy, none of that. You could literally have nobody know who you are, and you could go run up 100 racks in 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, whatever. The best part about the stock market is don't nobody gotta know you, right? Don't nobody gotta like you, right? Only thing that matters is how skilled you are at executing. You see what I'm saying? That's all that matters. That's why I love the stock, because it's only about you. If you don't make money, it's because of you. You can't blame the market. You got to blame yourself for not knowing the market. You get what I'm saying? Don't blame the market. Blame yourself for not knowing the market. And this is why I always say the more you study, the less you worry. Right? As we said, the bots and higher time frames with the strap method. Hey, can't lose, bro. Cannot lose, dog. Straight up. Do business typically mess with their balance sheets around this time going into Q4? Do businesses play with their balance sheets? Me personally, I would say no. Yeah, I would say no, because you always gonna have your trailing 12 months. You're gonna have earnings as well. So I do think that businesses manipulate their accounting to show certain things that they want to. But when you a publicly traded company, you gotta be like open, right? And you got to be like vulnerable to the point where like everybody gonna know what the company is making. But just because the financials there don't mean it's always real. But if that does happen and it comes out, then they're gonna get flagged, and a lot of bad stuff is gonna happen, a lot of bad press, and then the stock price is gonna end up dropping because investors ain't gonna feel comfortable with that stock because they ain't gonna believe in the CEO or the CFO. So yeah, I would say that companies and financials don't get tampered with too much, and then at the end of the year you have the total revenue for the year and all of that stuff, right? With what the profit was and stuff like that. Mark says, should have took lift when you called it. It was a gift when it was 13. Yeah, nah, it for sure was. Because it was at, when I called it, it was at like 1880. Now we at 21. We're lift at 2157 right now. I would love for them to come down a little bit lower. And then when they do that, I'm about to take entry. And we're going to go right back up to 20. We're going to retrace where we just came from, right? Look at lift right here. If we look at lift right here, right? If we look at lift right here, we got all the way down to here, right? $20.27. So $20, not 21. Yeah, $20. So we got right here. Now we could just be bouncing off this EMA right here and going higher, but I would like to see it come down and fill this gap. If we could get it at $20, that's the new gift. You know what I'm saying? That's the new gift. So yeah, lift is definitely gonna do some numbers. And when you look at it, look where it came from. Right? I mean, look at this right here. We got a gap to fill right here. Right? So honestly, I might take entry tomorrow for real and just let it ride for a month or two. Right? I really might. Cause that's lazy money right there. I ain't got to do nothing for that one. Right? So yeah, that's lift right there. All right. Skip said, he said, you're so strong with the strat that you don't play candlestick patterns. No time for all of those. Well, it's not that. I still use candlesticks, right? I still use candlesticks. I still use patterns on the daily time frame. I call bull flags out all the time on the daily and the weekly time frame, right? But when we're talking about day trading, I'm paying attention to the strat because the thing about it is, you may see a pattern, it gets invalidated, or patterns may take a long time to take entry, right? It's always these rules like, oh, you got to take entry once it breaks here and once it breaks here. But if I see a fail to down inside of that pattern, I'll take entry there and I could go make 15, 20, 30% before the stock breaks out of it. So by the time we're at breakout, I could already be at 15, 20% in profit. And then when we break out, I could go get another 80 to 90%, right? So it's like, I personally feel like the strat is just a more effective way of trading. And I was using the EMAs heavily, right? There's nothing wrong with patterns, right? But we got to be able to understand other things. It's a more elevated way to trade than only candlestick patterns. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, think that, yeah, there's definitely always another chance for sure. Stocks are always going to, go up and come down, go up and come down. So I can't tell you how many times I thought I missed something. Yep. Not facts. 100% facts, y'all. All right. So let me ask y'all a question, man. Was this helpful today? Was this live helpful? Did y'all get something out of this right here? If you got something out of this, let me know. Like seriously, let me know. Mark said, I truly believe bro can even teach this to a squirrel. Hey, well studied, well, hey, salute, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, we the thing about it is, man, what I have an obsessive personality. So when it's time to when I go into something, I don't play no games. I will lock myself in a house for 6 months if I have to, so that I can really get down to the nitty gritty and I can figure out the arena that I'm playing in. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I appreciate that, dog. Real talk. All right. I know it's a lot of people watching, probably from TV or whatever, man. So hey, shout out to you. I know you probably can't comment, but I just want to say, I appreciate everybody who've been tapping in. I appreciate everybody who've been, with this YouTube channel since January of this year, right? We had like a year and a couple months. We already almost at 2,500 subscribers, and we just gonna keep going and going and going, right? DT said, if you were to try swings on lift for a month, do you buy in the money? It depends, right? It depends. For my small account, I'll probably buy at the money. It also depends on how much the contracts are. It depends on what my price target is. It depends on the momentum. Did we just have a pullback? Like, there's a lot of factors that I play. Sometimes when I swing, if I do an overnight swing, I'll probably get out of the money. If I'm doing a long-term swing, I'll probably get like right at the money. Like earlier this year, like top of this year and last year, when I was swing trading deep in the money, right? But I started to realize and learn that like I don't have to do that. I don't have to go put 5K in a deep in the money swing trade, right? I could get right at the money or a little bit out of the money. But the more confident that I became, the less I started like focusing only on in the money contracts, right? Now I'll day trade and I'll get 2-3 levels out of the money. I'm not scared of that no more, right? Because I feel so confident in what I'm doing and how I trade, right? So, yeah, that's that, right? Genesis said, I benefit from every video. Hey, I appreciate that, Genesis, man, for real. I appreciate that. Darrell said it's fire. Hey, salute to you, man. Shout out to that. I feel you on that. I'll suffer. Exactly. I'll suffer till I get it too. That's just my personality. Right? Appreciate it, Johnny. So yeah, y'all, listen. I'm glad that this was helpful, y'all. I hope that everybody out there benefited, right? Y'all got some gems, some jewels, some gold, and you could go implement it in your trading and in your life, all right? So be sure to like this video for me, all right? If you haven't already, like this video for me. I want y'all to know we going to the top, all right? We started putting videos out every single day in January, and we literally have not missed one day. Today we got 2 videos, a live and then a video from earlier. Like, we don't miss, right? We don't miss. So every single day I got some life-changing information for you. You can rely on that and you can depend on that, all right? And it's all gonna be just straight original, all right? And it's gonna be relevant to what's going on in the market and what's going on in the world right now. All right, so y'all have a great night. I'm gonna see everybody in the community tomorrow morning. All right. Like I always say, make sure you get up out of your head, go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live, man. All right. And also remember, y'all, I want y'all to say it with me, right? The more you study, the less you worry. All right. Y'all have a great day, great night. Study, do your thing. Y'all stay smooth, and I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. All right. Peace.